So, yeah, what is your question?
Who's Karana Guru? How to identify Karana?
Okay, who is Karana Guru? How to identify Karana Guru? First, who is Guru? Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Who is none other than Brahman. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam. One who is pervading the entire universe. But to be called as Guru, Tat Padam Darshitam Yena. Tat means Brahman. So Tat Pradam Darshitam. He should be able to show you. Show you means teach you. Darshitam. Okay. So for Darshana, Darshana doesn't mean seeing. Darshana means to see is to be. That means somebody who helps you to realize that Tat Pada is called Brahman, is Sadguru. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So now Guru is not a body, but Guru appears through a body, appears in the form of a body. So ultimately all our teaching has to come through a human body. Without human body, we cannot. Brahman being all pervading, still Brahman is all pervading. I can't understand without a teaching. That's why a Guru is required in a person form. So now such a Guru, one who teaches you about Tat Pada, means Atma Dana, Tattvamasi, in a very clear way, where you get a clarity, where you get a conviction, such a person is called Karana Guru. Provided your seeking gets satisfied by the teaching. So what should be the nature of the Guru? Guru should be what we call as Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Brahmanishtam means he should be established in Brahman. Okay. If he is not established in Brahman, the teaching will not be clear enough. The teaching will be confusing. And he should be Shrotriya, means he should be able to teach the essence of Vedas in a very clear way, in a simple way, with the examples and with the techniques, yukti. That means he should have teaching ability. See, for example, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to teach with small stories. Very nice stories, but they were impacting people. Shrotriya. He doesn't mean that he knows all the scriptures by heart, shlokas, all those things. No. He's able to teach. Brahmanishta means he is established, Brahman. So these are the two criteria. Now, there may be people who are not Brahmanishta, but Shrotriya. They are called Acharyas. So they have studied Vedas, Vedanta, they will be able to tell in a clear way, but they themselves are not realized. So that way, you will not be able to get a sense that I can realize. The confidence will not be there in when they teach. Yeah. Right? So I'll give you an example. Some poor person is there. Okay. So then poor person is struggling for money. His friend comes and says, don't worry, you can be very successful, you can be very billionaire, you can make a lot of money. He'll give you confidence, motivation. But that confidence will not be sufficient for this to move because he is also at the same level. Right. Whereas another person, a big, rich businessman comes and says, I was also like you. I struggled hard. I grew up. See me and you can grow up. Then what will happen? The confidence will be more because he's telling based on his experience. Correct. Right? He's not telling something for motivation purpose. Correct. So in that way, when a realized master is there, the voice, the communication, his body language will give you the confidence compared to just an acharya. Right? That's why a realized master is required. A realized master is called Sadguru. Sadguru is not a title. Sat means truth. So in a person, if you are able to see the embodiment of truth, such a person you call Sadguru. Nobody calls themselves as Sadguru. People, the student call him as Sadguru. Oh, he represents the truth. He is speaking the truth. Sadguru is not a title. Sadguru is a recognition by the students that this guy is a Maharaj Master. Now there are many Sadgurus in the world. Possible. There's no dearth of Sadgurus, possibly. So now, once Sadguru, because of my karmic linkage, because of my karma, my maturity, my evolution level, I'll meet one Sadguru at some point of time. And that Sadguru helps me to realize who am I. Then he is called Karana Guru. There may be hundreds of Sadgurus, but they're not my Karana Gurus because there's no karmic connection. There's no, I may get the teaching also, but the teaching doesn't hit me.
Yeah.
Right? So the typical example I give is a marriageable boys are many, marriageable girls are many. Finally, there's one girl will marry one boy. Like that, you will have a connection with one Relash Master. Who is that? And that connection, you feel, oh, it's enough for me. Okay. So that person is called, that master is called Karana Guru. Okay. So now, what is the sign of meeting a Karana Guru? Sign.
Yeah.
See, many things in life, intuitively we feel when we meet somebody, they feel a connection. Right? For example, I mean, giving an example of a job, somebody goes for an interview. Within 1 or 2 questions, the interviewer and interviewed, we feel, oh, this is right fitment. Similarly happens in marriage also. Boy and girl meet, oh, this is right fitment. There's some intuitively feeling starts coming. It's not just verbal, it's more than that. A connection, right? So similarly, and we meet a friend, feel more gel with that. Similarly, when you meet a Relash Master, you start feeling a connection. Okay. So then, the presence of the Master, the teaching of the Master, removes all the doubts in you. It doesn't mean that you'll get an answer for all the doubts. It'll remove the questioner in you. All of the questions will not questions will disappear because questioner disappears, not the question, the answers will get. But then there'll be a deep sense of peace in your life. Okay. So these are the signs of meeting a Relash Master, called Sadguru. It can happen in many ways. And teaching of the masters can be many ways. It's not necessarily one type. Each master can be a different type, different variety. It's not you'll not be able to standardize the teaching of the masters. So there can be different type, different variety. Depending on your karmic linkage and karmic connection, you'll be able to get the right person. So there was one great what we call as in our saints, right? One of the great saints, I don't want to name the guy saint. He is considered as very enlightened. And we are many disciples. Many disciples got Jnana also from him in Advaita Sampradaya. One of the disciples, even though he was living with the master who is great, considered great, he didn't get Jnana. Then the master told him, you will meet your Sadguru, then you will get Jnana. So that Sadguru is called Bimba Guru. It's called your Bimba Guru in Advaita Parampara. That means one whom you are connected, Bimba Guru. Okay. And this person met his Bimba Guru, a Muslim fakir. And that time he had a realization of truth. So that way we don't know in what way, where the connection can happen. Right? For connection to happen, one is you should also have a certain level of maturity, evolution to receive something. And the master should meet. These are all what you call as grace. Without grace, it can't happen easily. So what is the question around that? And here I said what we call as Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. It is typically in the Vedantic tradition. Okay. There are other traditions also. So, for example, what we call a Shakta Sampradaya, Shakta. So the master should be able to give Shaktipat, energy transmission. Okay. Here, when Vedanta, I call it Jnanapat, give Jnana. In Shakti, in this tradition, what do you call it? Shakta transmission, Shaktipat, Shaktapat, energy transmission. Right? Like that, various ways of bringing about the transformation in the disciple. So, for example, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda met Ramakrishna Paramahamsa first time. So, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he asked Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, have you seen God? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, yes, I said, I've seen God. I'll show you also. Then he touched Vivekananda. And for many days, Vivekananda felt connected to the entire whole of the world, appeared to be connected to him. That's called Shaktipat. The actual realization of Vivekananda happened much later part of his life. The Shaktipat is more of a demonstration of the master's ability. The Shaktipat is in the domain of the mind only, is Saguna Brahma. So final realization or liberation is Nirguna Brahma, Nirakara. It comes from discrimination, dispassion, Viveka and Vairagya. That's what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got it from Totapuri. Questions?
So when you, in the Shaktipat, when in the example of Ramakrishna Vivekananda, so he had it for a few days. How does it work? Like he realigns his energy flow?
Yeah. What happened to Vivekananda when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched him? When Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched him, it is called Shaktipat, energy transmission. See, what happens is our energy in the body will always goes downwards and outwards. We are leaking, right? If you see our energy, it goes for food, sex, survival. They are called lower level chakras. So when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa touched Vivekananda, the energy got reversed. So the energy reversal is called Kundalini awakening. The reversed energy which is reversed, reaches our Adna chakra and Sahasrara. The Shakti meets Shiva at that place. And that Shakti meets Shiva, there's sense of oneness with the world. This actually is more what I call as still in the domain of form, not formless. So depending on the Shakti is intelligent, it knows which center to activate. Based on that, there's a deep sense of oneness. So that's what Vivekananda experienced with Ramakrishna. It's called awakening of Kundalini.
So he was there in the Kundalini awakening for longest time. I realized.
Maybe no. It's in case of Vivekananda, it was about a couple of days, maybe 3-4 days or 1 week. Then he came back to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and said, "I'm not able to function. Please reverse it." So that lasted for a week. So this Shaktipat is more of a not realization, final realization. It's all actually demonstration of the divine power. So we can call this as more of a, when you go to more of a demo, when you go to Laddu shop, shopkeeper asks, "Oh, do you have Laddu?" Yeah, I have the best Laddu. Let's see, taste it. So you taste something. Then, "Oh, this is Laddu." That feeling will be there, right? So that actually is master gives a demonstration so that you buy the actual product later. Okay, it's only what I call demo. It is not actual. It is motivate to go take the spiritual path. It's called Shaktipat. Then this is here you have to understand that demo is given by the master to disciple to motivate him. Ultimately, disciple has to work on himself and recognize that inside. That particular journey is pending.
He has to do
right. The master cannot give that. Master can give demo, motivate you, inspire you. Then finally, you have to go through. So Vivekananda kept on asking Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi, give me Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Yeah, I was begging. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says, no, I will not give you. Okay. You are supposed to do work. You are born to do work. Okay. Then I'll keep the key with me. Keep of Nirvikalpa Samadhi with me. He didn't give the key of a realization. He gave the demo of realization, but he didn't give the key of realization.
Because he wanted the work to be done.
He knew that Vivekananda has a lot of work to do, go to foreign countries. Okay, Vivekananda is a great scholar, great intelligent being, knowledgeable, very powerful motivator, inspiring. And he built a Ramakrishna ashram when he came back, Ramakrishna ashram in Kalighat. Then he gave the responsibility to other people, administration. Then he went to Advaita ashram, and Vivekananda's body was also deteriorating. He was going through what we call as diabetes. Okay, young age, must be about 38, 39, I think, around that. Then he spent his rest of time in Advaita ashram in Himalaya. Advaita ashram is called. So that time he got a realization.
That's why he did not get till that.
Realization is given by the Guru or something. No, the Ramakrishna
He had the key.
Exactly.
So what happened to what happened when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was on the verge of death, right? He was on the verge of Mahasamadhi. He called Vivekananda. And he said, I am giving all my tapasya to you. All my whatever spiritual sadhana to you. You are my successor. So he gave all spiritual sadhana to Vivekananda. Then he said, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, I am a beggar now. I have nothing left. I am empty. So this will take you one day for realization after you complete your work.
I see, kind of.
That's why he did not get.
Yeah. See, there is each person has some prarabdha karma written there, prarabdha karma or destination written. So Vivekananda had to complete all the work. If he sits in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, world is Jagat is Mithya, who will do the work? So he has to do some work.
Guru gives the
Guru is required. Guru doesn't give the realization. Guru gives the jnana or the key for realization. See, in Vedanta, we say the key for realization is very clear teaching. Nothing else, no magic. See, these are all, here it all brings the concept of mystical, right? What Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gave, mystical. Shaktipat is a mystical process. Whereas Vedanta is a clear clarity. It's not about mystical process. Clearly, Vedantic teaching has to be understood. It's a teaching. It's not mystery in that. It's not mystical. So there in spiritual sadhana, there's mystical paths. And this jnana path is not mystical. Jnana path is Vedantic teaching has to be understood very crystal clear clarity. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa will lead to your liberation.
I see. Oh, enlightenment will come later once you have the knowledge and you incorporate.
Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, repeatedly, it will sink in. So that is realization in Vedanta. It's not a mystical process. Guru doesn't give, in Vedanta, there's no mystical way the Guru transfers the knowledge. Vedanta, Guru gives the knowledge in the logical way.
The logic has to be understood, assimilated, and lived. It needs to be lived.
Yeah. So the question on Zoom is, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, is it a mystical thing? No, I'm saying Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not mystical. See, what is Samadhi, I'll discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow's class, I'll take what is Samadhi and all. See, we have a lot of what I call as romanticism, a lot of mysticism is associated with that. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa didn't give him a Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa made him to go through the teachings of Vedanta, especially Ashtavakra Gita. He asked him to contemplate on teachings of Ashtavakra Gita. So Advaita teaching was given. Advaita teaching, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asked Vivekananda to go through Advaita teaching. Teachings of Advaita. Whereas other students of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa got teachings of bhakti, other methods. Vivekananda got Ramakrishna Paramahamsa asked Vivekananda to study Ashtavakra Gita and focus on that.
What means by temporary demo which he gave?
No, demo which gave was Shaktipat. It's not Advaita Makaranda. Not Ashtavakra Gita. The demo which he gave was Shaktipat. Shaktipat is different from Vedanta teaching.
So Shaktipat one can get enlightenment.
Shaktipat one.
Whatever you do, you have to get the jnana.
See, Shaktipat is Shiva. Shakti means Shiva in Sahasrara. Right? So now, Shakti meeting Shiva in Sahasrara, the mind will calm down, mind will become purified, Chitta Shuddhi will happen. So a lot of what I'm saying is some of the siddhis may come in Shaktipat. Shaktipat is a process for Chitta Shuddhi, purification. Okay. So in I'm saying Shakti purifies you, preparing for Jnana. So Shaktipat system comes in what I call that Shaivism, Kashmiri Shaivism. In Kashmiri Shaivism, there are 3 levels of Jiva. Anu Jiva, the lowest level Jiva is called Anupaya. Anupaya, you do teaching of puja and all. Then Shaktopaya, energy-led practices, and then called Shambhovapaya. Shambhovapaya is you have received Shaktipat, then you have to sit silently. And Shambhovapaya is almost like our Vedanta teaching. So the person has to, through Jnana, he'll get a mukti, finally. The Shaktipat prepares him for Jnana in a way. Shaktipat is Chitta Shuddhi, finally. Purification happens, then the mind becomes ready for Jnana with Atma, with Vedanta Jnana or Shaivism teaching, he'll get a mukti. That's the.
So what Vivekananda went through was Nirvikalpa Samadhi.
No, it is not Nirvikalpa Samadhi. People translate it as Nirvikalpa Samadhi in many of the literature. Right? In Ramakrishna Mission teachings, they'll say Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Right? It is not Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It's actually Savikalpa Samadhi. What he experiences oneness. It's called realization in the domain of form. Finally, at mukti will happen only when you realize Nirvikalpa Jnana. It's not even Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is like a deep sleep-like state. Nirvikalpa Jnana is to realize that I am Brahman in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state is called Nirvikalpa Jnana. So that happens through Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa. Yes, there is a question on Zoom. What is the question? So there's a question here. This question I'll take it separately, Manjunath. We'll close this topic.
Yes, Guruji.
So both the teacher and the student would know that he's not realized, right? My student as well as the guru. Then he said, your guru will be another one. So both will have that understanding. Guru obviously knows because of the level of knowledge. Then even the disciple would also know. Correct.
No, what is the question?
I mean, both in that.
Bimba Guru.
What exactly is the question?
Guru told the disciple that your guru is someone else, not me. So in this situation, Guru also knows I'm not his Karana Guru, and the disciple also will feel.
Disciple will feel, no? I have not realized, no? He'll feel, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Guru knows that he is not the Guru for this one.
That's how it is, no? There's matching happens, realization happens.
Mhm.
Matching has not happened, realization is not happening. So there is if you met your guru and realization is that over a process of time, that both will get a confidence that realization will happen. So now this guy is not getting confidence that realization is happening.
When you say Chitta Shuddhi,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't some understanding. Explain me that clearly.
Okay. The question is, what is Chitta Shuddhi?